Hi everybody. Hi. Back with another kind of a short video. Hopefully, I know some of my videos get a little bit long and maybe they're a tad bit boring, but I'm trying to keep it not boring. So, we're going to learn a couple of Japanese words today that have to do with art or art styles. The first word is chibi, okay? And it's basically loosely translated to mean something small, okay? Usually in art, Japanese style art, it's like a baby Godzilla or a baby Naruto, something like not just small in size but maybe young in age, like a baby rabbit or a baby kitten, something like that. Baby kitten was a little bit redundant because kitten is already a young cat, but you knew what I meant. So, and kawaii is basically translated, it's a Japanese word that basically translates into something cute, okay? Kind of interchangeable, because when you draw a little tiny baby Godzilla, like I'm going to draw here in a minute, it's not only small, but it's also cute, okay? So somebody might say I'm going to draw a Chibi Godzilla, which means a little one or maybe a baby version of a grown Godzilla. And kawaii is more like a style. It's a huge style thing in Japan. So just thought I'd share that with you, and let's get to our drawing of our Chibi Godzilla. Okay, I have a few of these on my computer right now. I think my favorite one is this little guy right here. Let me pull him up on my screen. I'm going to draw him for you. It's really an easy kind of a shape to draw. It's like the shape of a bean, okay? And if you've ever looked at a lima bean or a pinto bean or a red bean, it kind of goes around, then in a little bit, and then comes out like this and around. It's almost like the number 8, okay? But we're not really going to put that dent in the backside of that. This is going to be the front of him, where his mouth and eyes are going to be facing this way. We're not going to worry about putting going all the way around here, but we are going to do that kind of a peanut shape in the front, and we're going to do a little bit of like a sideways shark fin back here, okay? And I forgot to tell you, paper is vertical, not horizontal, but vertical, okay? And this shape I'm drawing is pretty big. It's about 8 or 9 inches tall. Utilize your space on your paper, okay? Make it big, draw bigger. Drawing bigger is, to me, easier than drawing really, really tiny, okay? Alright, so we got our peanutty bean shape kind of thing, almost like a backwards number 3. Alright, you see that? And then continuing this line kind of coming up here, we're going to skip a little bit because that's where his little leg's going to go. And we're going to go up here, and then it's really not that sharp of a point either. It's kind of a rounded point there. So after you make your little sharp point, you can kind of round that off like that. We're drawing super light, don't forget. We also skipped this space in here because that's where his little arm's going to go, okay? And speaking of arms, they're two big pointed fin or wing-like shapes, okay? And there's a curved line across the end there, and we go over here to put in his other arm, like that, and another curved line. And then we're going to draw two lines starting at the point to about a third of the way across this curved line here. And then we're going to draw our second one about a third of the way, like that. So if you divide this line into 3 parts, that's where those 2 lines are going to go. Same thing with this side over here. Point down to about a third of the way, and point down to about a third of the way. Now if you want, you can put little dots, divide your line kind of mentally and go, okay, a third of it's about right there, a third of it's about right there, and then draw your line from that point up here down to that dot, if that makes it easier, okay? And I'm actually going to lessen this curve now that I'm looking at it. I don't want it to be as indented here. I want it to be a little more rounded, so he's a little more cute or kawaii. We want a cute Chibi Godzilla, okay? Kind of like that. And I'm also going to make this not quite as pointy. It was a little bit sticking up a little bit too high there, like too pointed for me, okay? Come on, camera. There we go. Alright, so we got the outline of most of his entire body, his 2 arms. This is his little tail, and then his little back leg. The line starts about right there and comes down. Got kind of short little legs, okay? But then it's rounded. There's a curve here, okay? Same thing over here. There's a curve. That's his other little, the bottom of his other little foot. And that comes down like this. You got 2 kind of J shapes like that. And then this line comes down. It's slightly diagonal. And then a little bit of a poop. A little bit of a curved line there for his little toes. And we don't want that much of an indent there. Let's erase that little tiny bit so it'll look like that, okay? And then let's make the front part of his leg on this side. It's just a line that comes down like this and curves around to meet that one. And then he's got some curved lines here on the front. That's where his little toes go. And we got a curved line there, curved line there, and one curved line there because this foot's kind of turned to the side a little bit. He's only got 2 of his little toes showing there, but he's got 3 toes showing over here, okay? Little kind of a thin curved line on top of his foot showing maybe it's like a little bit bent, right? And then let's do his eyeballs, which are kind of just round, big round, empty white circles. And if you're ever doodling It's really good to practice drawing circles whenever you can. Draw them kind of slow, draw them kind of fast, draw big circles, little circles, interlocking circles, all kinds of circles, okay? So you guys, two eyes are kind of far apart like that, so you can kind of almost 2 finger widths apart there. And then we're going to draw a diagonal line that starts underneath this eye about midway. Like if you divide this eye in half right there, that's where that line would start, just a little ways below it, pointing up at this other eye, but not quite going there, staying about as the same distance away from that one as you are from that one, from here to here, okay? And then start at the end of this line. We're going to go out and around, big kind of J shape there, and we're going to go over here and start here and draw a line that's about the same angle as this one, going diagonally this way. But then we're not going to go very far. Then we're going to kind of make it curve out just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit, and come around and meet that, come on camera, there we go, meet that J shape that we just drew over there, okay? Alright, 3 more elements to the mouth. We got to have teeth. He's Godzilla, right? He's super fierce. I'm going to draw some zigzag lines here. Rawr. About 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to draw a line that curves up, but then down like that, almost like an S on its side, but we're not going to go around like that. It's going to go up, over, and down the hill, okay? And then start about right here and go over to the left, around, curved line. Excuse me, still a little bit sick from last week, but I'm trying. Okay, there's his tongue. You just did it. Third element of the mouth is where his little throat opening is. We're going to go up and around like this. Curly Q like that. Then we're going to carefully start over here, go up and around, curly Q like that. 2 curly Qs, almost like a heart, but not touching in the middle, because guess what? We got to put our little round shape on the bottom of that. That's a weird body part called the uvula. I know, it's a very weird word. I don't know who came up with it, but props for weird words, okay? That's his little uvula. So all he's missing now are his little spiky things on his back, right? We gotta do super spiky little triangles, stick out like this, okay? They go behind his arm, because his arm is out here flapping, waving, I'm gonna stomp all the buildings. So continue your spiky back things behind the arm, okay? Let's do one more little like that. And then he's got the cutest little zigzag spiky thing on his tail right there. And that's it. There's your little Chibi Godzilla. Okay, I'm not saying cheapy, I'm saying Chibi. Letter B. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make one more little change here. I'm gonna make his belly stick out just a little bit more, because little pudgy things like this. See how much more I'm going to make his belly stick out like that, so that way he's cuter and actually less of a curve there too, because we erased that curve to begin with. You're like, Miss Think you just put that curve back in there. Like, totally. I know. Okay, that's a little better. Now I can get rid of this line and go over it, the whole drawing, with my Sharpie, starting carefully, super careful, like that. All 4 of his teeth. In like that. This part back in here that's all black, because you're looking down his little throat. He's going roar. He's roaring. And then that line. So I'll just go over this. He's going to be green when we do the final color. Okay, so I mean, you can make it any color you want. I'm going to make mine green, maybe a greenish brown, who knows. Don't be afraid to turn your paper if you need to. Turn your paper around and around and around. If that helps you draw, spin that puppy around as much as you want, okay? Don't let anybody tell you, oh, you shouldn't be moving your paper around. You should be able to draw it, just like it is. Move your paper. It's your paper. Your drawing. Don't let people tell you stuff like that, okay? I'm going to keep drawing here. And then I'm going to get my colored pencils out, probably. I like colored pencils instead of markers, usually, because I don't like the way markers look when you color over top of your marker lines, and then some of them are dark and some are not. That just kind of drives me a little bit crazy. So I like to use colored pencil because I can blend them. I can color, super dark or super light if I want to. With markers, kind of hard to do that. You kind of got, yeah, you can color light with them, but it doesn't really, for me, when I'm coloring something, if I'm not going to paint the picture, then I want to use either crayons, or my preference would be colored pencil. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed drawing along and learning a couple new words if you didn't know them already, and post in the comments below your requests for any kind of drawings you want to see. Doesn't have to be a certain cartoon character. It can be any kind of thing that you want to learn how to draw, but post it in the comments below. I can always, try to draw something that you guys want to see. And I really appreciate you drawing along with me. Don't forget to erase your pencil marks, because we don't want pencil marks underneath our colored pencil. Sometimes they don't show up, but sometimes they do. And then once you've colored on it with colored pencil, it's like, oh man, now I can't erase it. So anyway, hope you had fun with that. Make up your own chibi characters. Make up, what would a baby SpongeBob look like? What would a baby anything look like? Make up your own characters. Use your imagination. And most importantly, just have some fun with it. Okay? Bye, guys. Thank you.